Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Terri-Ann here. Guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you how I make my pepper steak. Quite a few of you have asked me about this recipe quite a few months ago, and I decided today's the day that I surprise you guys with the recipe. So let me give you a bit of an ingredient breakdown before we get started. So over here we've got 2 medium onions that I sliced. We've got 3 garlic cloves that I chopped up finely. Over here we've got half of a red, yellow, green, orange bell pepper. Over here we've got my hot sauce that I'll be using some out of. We got our Badia steak seasoning, some black pepper, some dark soy sauce, and over here we've got 1 kilo of sirloin steak that I sliced thinly, and I will be showing you guys how I slice up the steak. You can use whichever steak of choice, but I'm just using this one that I got from Lidl's. Alright, and we're just slicing it. Now this steak is usually quite thin, okay, which makes it quite easy for frying. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys how I slice this up. See? And this is what it looks like now that it's sliced up. Alright, I'm gonna give this a rinse with some lemon and vinegar, and then we're gonna get started with this recipe. With some limes, and I'm using a whole lime, and I'm just gonna be squeezing the juice out of the lime. I've already done the first half, okay, and then I'm just gonna rinse this with some cool water, and this will be all ready to lightly season. Okay, so now that we got all our ingredients, I also must mention that I will be adding a few other ingredients as we go along, such as cornstarch, sugar, and just a few of other ingredients that I may have missed. So don't forget to check out the description box for the full ingredients list. Alright, everything will be listed down below. First things first, I've got my pot that I will be using. I've already turned up the heat, so that way my pan has started getting hot. I'm now going in with about 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil. Okay, about 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil. Okay, and all I will do is just allow this to heat up for about, I'd say about a minute or so. Alright, good. After this has finished heating up, the first thing that I'm gonna do is to go in with my garlic and my onions. Alright, now I'm gonna allow this to saute for about 2 to 3 minutes as well, and make sure you keep your heat on low because you don't want this to burn. Okay, so just keep on stirring this up so that it can release some flavor into the oil. Alright, after our onions and garlic has been sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes on low heat, what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is to take it out and put it into the same plate that it was before I started. Okay, because we're now gonna go ahead and work with our steak. Alright, so just go ahead and just take it all out. Now don't mind if there's a few pieces that you couldn't get out, that is absolutely fine. So I went back in with another teaspoon of oil, and it is now time to go in with my steak. Alright, and what you want is that you want each piece to get to a nice brownish color, as you can see over here. Okay, like so. This is how you want it to get. You want it to get to a nice brownish color. Turn up your heat to about medium, because at the moment our heat is on really low. Okay, so you want it to get all brown, and then we're gonna remove it from the pot. Alright, okay guys, so now that all my pieces of beef are nicely browned, I'm now going to turn down my heat, and then we're going to go ahead and remove those pieces. Okay, now don't mind the liquid that's left behind. We're going to use that as broth. Okay, so let's go ahead and just remove all of these pieces of browned beef and put it into the bowl. Now I did wash the bowl that my beef was in. Okay, I give it a good wash before going in with the browned beef. Okay, our beef is out of the pot. Our browned beef is out of the pot, and as you can see, there's a little bit of broth left behind. So now I'm going in with some beef stock that I got from Tesco, about a cup of beef broth. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and season this lightly with a little bit of steak seasoning over here. Okay, we're not gonna be putting much. Gonna be putting, I'd say, about a teaspoon of this steak seasoning in there. Okay, I'm also going to be going in with a little bit of black pepper, and as you may have noticed, I haven't put in any salt as well. The beef stock, it comes in with a little bit of salt, but you would have to adjust it at some point where needed. Okay, I'm also going in with my dark soy sauce. Okay, so I went in with about a quarter cup of my soy sauce, my dark soy sauce. Okay, and I'm just gonna give this a good little mix. Probably add a dash more in there like so. Okay, give this a good little stir. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of salt, probably about half teaspoon of salt in there. Okay, I'm also gonna go in with about, I'd say about half teaspoon of sugar. All right, I'm now going in with some pepper sauce. This is about a teaspoon. You can add as much or as little as you like. You guys know where I stand with anything spicy. We don't really do spicy over here. Okay, so I added in some pepper sauce, and then I'm just gonna mix that up in there like so. Okay, and then I'm now gonna go back in with my beef. Okay, feel free to bring up the heat just so that it starts to simmer just a little bit. Okay, and I'm now gonna go back in and add in my beef. Okay, add in your beef, and then go ahead and add in your onions. Okay, this is your onions and your garlic, and make sure you give this a good little mix in there. Alright, you can check for salt. Alright, but I've checked it already and it's perfect. Okay, so that's brilliant. Now what I'm gonna do is to put on the lid and allow this to simmer on medium for about 30 to 35 minutes. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, my steak has been going for about half an hour. Okay, and do you see how beautiful it looks? Okay, and now what I'm gonna do next is to go in with my bell peppers. Okay, I think what this needs is some color to really bring it to life. So I've added in my bell peppers and given this a good little mix. Now the sauce is pretty thick already. As you can see, it has a nice thick sauce going on. So I'm really contemplating on whether I would like to put in my cornstarch, but I will be putting in my cornstarch. Over here I've got about a teaspoon, about half a teaspoon of cornstarch, and I added in about a quarter cup of water, and I'm just going to be adding it in there like so and giving it a good mix. This will just help everything to thicken up really well. I'm gonna allow it to simmer on low heat for about 5 minutes before I turn it off, and our pepper steak will be ready. Okay, my loves, my delicious pepper steak is all done and ready to serve. Do you see how beautiful it looks? Guys, if you enjoyed this recipe, then don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will definitely be seeing you again in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.